Hi, my name's Joan and I'm from Relaxhypnotherapy, and I don't know, if you will realise, but I work with people that suffer with, anxiety, depression, PTSD. The list is endless, but, those are the type of people that I work with. And I spoke to a lady, a little while ago now, funny enough, that rang me. She was inquiring because she was suffering with severe anxiety, and she was in the forces, but she, obviously she had a very important role, if you like, in society, and she was quite high up, but she still suffered with anxiety. And I spoke to her, about, a little bit of history. I wanted to know what had been going on and how she was feeling and stuff. And she said that, it was just general life, obviously with work as well. But what was quite interesting was her family also suffered with it. Her mum had suffered with it for years, and her sister. But what was quite interesting, what I'm trying to get at is we tend to follow patterns. We mimic our surroundings. And she obviously in turn had grown up with her mum feeling like she had, but her sister was her stepsister. There was no blood relation. Or I say stepsister, I think she was adopted into the family. So there was no blood link, if you like. But it did, obviously it went on to the sister as well. The sister had started to mimic the pattern that she'd also seen in mum and the sister, if you like. And it's funny how we do these things subconsciously. They kind of run in the background, if you like. We don't even realise that we're doing it. And an example is, I don't know about you guys, but, I'm a wife and I'm a mother now. And sometimes, certainly when my son was younger, I would be talking, I'd say things, but I would hear my mum's voice come out. Some of the sayings that I'd heard from my mum, you start to emulate that in your own life, and sometimes you think, oh my god, that's my mum talking, or that's my dad talking, or whatever. But we've taken it on board, and we just run the same program as we did, through the generations, and we don't realize that we can, if you like, create unhealthy patterns for the next generation. So we almost pass on that mantle, if you like. It still goes. And really, we just have to take, one day at a time. But when these patterns do occur, if you like, we can, we kind of just carry on, almost a loop. We work in a loop. But then somebody like myself or whatever, you have to go in and you put a chink into that loop, if you like. So then that pattern will run off in a different direction. That's how it works. But we all do it subconsciously. Sometimes it's for the good, sometimes it's for the bad. But it's just, be aware of what you're doing. Sometimes, be aware of your actions, and definitely be aware of your words. What is it they say? Sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never hurt me. But sometimes those words can go very, very deep. And we carry that. We can carry that for years, and it creates those patterns. It creates that uncertainty, and if you do feel, sometimes these little demons pop up in our head, and we are our worst critics, and just say, no, not going there, and try and steer your mind in a different direction. You can do it. You can take control of your own mind, and just say no, not going there, and consciously think of something else, be it exercising or, gardening. Reading a book is fantastic because that takes you off into, another world, if you like, a different dimension, but it all helps. And it's just, take one day at a time, and just, life is worth living, and just appreciate what you've got. We all try and live for tomorrow. If I win the lottery, I'm going to do this, or oh yeah, I'll do this next year, or I'm waiting for the summer, or I'm waiting for the good weather. Well, do it now. You can create, that environment, that good life, but you've just got to be conscious of where you're going with your thoughts, really, and you can do it. Today's society can, you know, with what's going on, yeah, it can send everybody over the edge, but you know, we're all in it together, and we can all try and help each other, and just try and bring out the best in somebody. If somebody's struggling, you know, what was it? There's an old saying: if you see somebody without a smile, give them one of yours. And I think that's so important in the world today. And anyway, thanks for listening, and thanks a lot. It's Joan at Relaxhypnotherapy. Thank you. Bye bye.